the Digital Ramble is supported by patrons from around the globe. You too can support the show from as little as $1 per month. Search for us on patreon.com. Look for the Digital Ramble.
Also supporting the Digital Ramble show is Digital Delight. You can find Digital Delight at digitaldelight.com, where their main focus is technology deployment and installation for smart home technology.
Customized, based in the east of England in the UK, are also supporters of the show, and you can find us at customized.uk.com. Today
we're talking about, the biggest shopping day of the year. Then there's two of them. One is Black Friday, which is just at the end of this week, and Cyber Monday. So we're going to be talking about that. And then I think you and we got like a little cyber sell challenge going on. We want to see which of our two items people really are going to gravitate to this holiday season. And then also, why do you need a smart home pro? Why do we need these guys in our house? And then finally, actually, there's two things. We got the Gamble Ramble. There's something that you've got to get off of your chest.
It's been brewing for a while.
It's been brewing.
For a long time.
Oh.
The Black Friday shopping day is new for the UK, really. It's only like a 5-year thing here. And Cyber Monday, closely following it. But we've fully embraced that as a massive shopping day in the UK as well.
And then to wrap up our show, we're going to look at what we're talking about next week. And I think next week is just going to be fire. So let's get into it.
Black Friday, then. That's a big date in your calendars for a long time, but it's now become common in the UK. It's a huge shopping day. It's a real retail disruptor. It's also a big day for people to slash the sales, get rid of stock, and drive traffic either in their bricks and mortar store or their online store.
I was shocked. I was doing a little bit of research, and I was shocked to see that 74% of the shopping for the year is done on this coming Friday and this Monday. I was amazed because it seems like my family's shopping all the time. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, but we're constantly getting those smart doorbell notifications from the Amazon delivery people. And Amazon have so much of the Black Friday traffic. Their online store gets the most incredible traffic on this weekend, and even this week it's already started. We've started to see Black Friday offers on the Amazon store, and a lot of it right on the home screen. It's the technology devices that are their big sellers. It's the ones that they're pushing the hardest.
Yeah, I saw that $483 is going to be spent per shopper. That's $90 billion, Gamble. In these next 2 to 3 days. That's just mind blowing. And what's even more mind blowing than that, it's up 34% from last year.
It's changed the way people shop annually. It's clever. The retailers have played a good one here. The pre-Christmas, people just buying in excess. It's a little bit vulgar, there's that counter argument, but it's huge. It's just massive. Quite often you'll see in the news here like a riot in the store. The way that the people are queuing up and then entering through the doors like it's the Beatles in the 1960s arriving in New York or something. It's insane.
And I think that's one reason we see the rise of online shopping is because these numbers include online shopping as well. This isn't necessarily go through the door and go look for a product necessarily. Literally, it's a lot of online shopping, and I think that's been a big deterrent for retail locations is because I remember, especially like in the 80s or late 80s or early 90s, it was just like a swarm of people stomping all over each other. That really doesn't make for a start to a good holiday for me. I like convenience. I think also I do better with my money whenever I'm shopping online versus in the store, because sometimes when you're walking down the aisle, it's like, oh, I want a little bit of this or I want a little bit of that. And, online shopping, it really gets you dialed in exactly to where you want to go, and you make that purchase and you're not distracted necessarily, on other items.
We've both picked out some Black Friday shopping discounted deals that have caught our attention. The one, we've talked about Amazon already, but here we're seeing a ridiculous price on the Amazon Echo Dot, the second generation one, so the one without the nice fabric wrap. That's on the Amazon website today, next day delivery, £19.99 for what I still term as one of the all-time great devices for smart home control.
And these items that we're talking about right now, Gamble, we're going to have them down in the bottom of our description, so we'd encourage people to take a peek. And so I think that you and we should have a cyber sell challenge.
Okay.
I think that you've posted up and you want to go forward with the Amazon Echo, and that's a good device. I mean, it's a fantastic device, and we talk about how you can use this smart home tech device in your home. I think my product is going to be a smart beanie. A smart beanie, like what's that? And so what a smart beanie is one that has a Bluetooth headset built into it, okay? There's over 45 colors to choose from, and you can Bluetooth it. A lot of people are snowboarding. I know that a lot of guys, throughout our region and over in the UK, it's cold, yet and I try to put in my wireless headphones, but it always lifts up my beanie, and so the cold air is still blowing in there. So for mine, I'm going to have to say the Bluetooth beanie is going to be a better product, and people are really going to gravitate towards that because a lot of people already have that Amazon Echo. I think my product's going to do better than yours, to be honest.
Well, we'll see. I think the numbers might favor the Amazon Echo Dot, but certainly wearable technology should be a big seller this Black Friday, whether it's watches, clothing, fitness trackers. I've already seen a lot of those lined up in the Black Friday offers, certainly on the Amazon store. Other stores are available.
Yeah. Now, with this device, with the Amazon Echo, a lot of people receive this device. It's not that expensive, and sometimes it stays in the box. They're excited about it, but it's like, what can I do with this device? What can it really do? I hear everybody talking about how it's supposed to integrate with my lights and things of that nature. Tell me a little bit more about that, Gamble.
Well, we just set up, even today, one of our installations, and we do dozens of these a month where we're setting up Amazon Echo devices for customers. But today we set up some Echo Spots, and that's a small device, but it's got a screen on there. So you can still, summon your services through Echo, like weather and news and sport and travel. But our customers are using them to control their smart home devices, so lights, thermostats, blinds, security devices. So we used today the Echo Spots. They're also on a crazy Black Friday offer. And that was allowing the customer to use the Spot to view their cameras. So they have two cameras at the front, one at the rear. So they have different names for each of them. And they have an Echo Spot in the kitchen. They have one in their study on the top floor and one in the master bedroom. And from any of them, they can ask to be shown the back garden camera, the driveway camera, the front door camera. Just ridiculously easy experience for viewing your cameras without using apps and smartphones and turning on big screens. It's an incredible convenience.
That sounds amazing, but it sounds really daunting. It sounds challenging, and for some, it's not so challenging. But there is an industry out there that supports, those types of integrations. I know you service the UK and surrounding area with customized, and my company Digital Delight here in the Texas region, we do a lot of interfaces. But there's a lot of talented smart home pros that are out in the field that deploy and install this type of technology on a daily basis.
Yeah, this is a global service now. The homeowner is bringing so much technology through their doors, whether it's from shopping purchases, whether it's coming from providers like their telecom provider, their TV providers, even their heating and the energy companies are giving them smart technology. And for a lot of people, it's overwhelming. They're not getting the best out of the tech. They have an idea of what it can do, but some of them just never get there. And that's always been customized job, even before we had voice assistants and Atmos equipped cinemas and all the cool stuff we've got today. Customized have always been there to provide the support and installation of technology devices, whether it was DVD players and early games consoles back in the day, and to what we do today. It's always been about helping the homeowner, and they still struggle. And I think now they're completely overwhelmed by the dozens of devices that connect to your broadband router these days.
Yeah, absolutely. And smart home pros really need to have a good foundation in networking. I mean, the networking is what everything is stabilized on. And then once your network is stable, then you start adding on these smart home, technology devices, especially if you're creating an ecosystem. One of our good buddies that we're friends with, Keith Ballroom, and he's with the TV guys over in Georgia, and he's been throwing up some amazing videos of what he's doing with voice control, not only with audio and video technology, but also with LED lighting and lifts and things of that nature. Just amazing work.
What I'm always impressed with Keith is he's taking like everyday items, the TV, lighting, your music systems, and he's making it perform at its absolute best. And he's creating such an easy interface and an easy experience for that customer to have day in, day out. Doesn't matter their age group, doesn't matter their device preference. They're having a consistent experience with technology from room to room. So a big admirer of what Keith does, and I love the videos he creates as well. We need to encourage him to do a lot more of that, because he's doing some really cool installs with voice control.
That's right. And then we got Morgan. Morgan is over in Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah. I mean, we have the Ramble force is global, and we got Digital Ramble people all over the world. And Morgan, he's over in South Africa, and he does some amazing stuff over there.
Yeah, Morgan is someone I've known for a number of years through social media. I've never met him face to face, but we've talked for many years socially, and his installations, I would say, are towards the higher end luxury home market, and he's producing a very high quality finish, high attention to detail for probably some of the most demanding customers that you'll ever face. And he's delivering, again, that consistency, that luxurious, aspirational installation. But ultimately, he has to still make that simple and consistent, and it has to work time and time again. So he's an installer I know that puts a lot of emphasis onto the networks into his house, into his home projects that he works on.
Yeah, absolutely. And he does a lot of Bang & Olufsen over there as well. I mean, just absolutely beautiful product. And then one other guy that I really want to talk about, Mr. Cable Tongue himself, Tom Shelbourne, over there in Devon, UK. Am I saying that right?
You're right. Yeah, Devon. Yeah. He's the inventor. He's the inventor of Cable Tongue.
Man, and that's what I love about our industry is that we are all creators and inventors, and we find solutions to problems. And he's another integrator that's out there just absolutely hustling. and the smart home is really become part of his fold for his daily.
That would be a little bit different from the others. Tom and a few others in the industry, they work in a sector that's got the name smart farms. They're providing technology services to rural homes and businesses with improvements to the security of farms, the connectivity on farms, providing faster internet, revolutionizing and evolving their businesses, so that he's bringing in efficiencies to farms, and along with a colleague and friend of his, David Coots, who's based up in Scotland. So they're on opposite ends of the country, but they're creating a stir within their sector of this big industry that we're all part of.
Man, I've said it once before. I'm here in Texas. I should be doing smart farms. What am I thinking? I need to get into smart farms. Yeah, man, those cats, they are really dialed in to smart technology, and they are able to deploy it to where it maximizes the performance for whoever their consumer might be, whether they're residential, if it's commercial, or even if it's agricultural or farming. So yeah. A lot of opportunity. There are a lot of people that do what we do, but not as many of them that do it to the caliber of what our crew is doing, to be quite honest with you. And we're going to go ahead and add those links down in our description as well. So if you're in those surrounding areas and you're looking for somebody to do smart farm or smart home or smart commercial installation or deployment, please take a look at least these companies.
Anyone listening and watching the show, they should, at any time, if they feel they want to reach out to us, if they want us to help them find a local home technology professional in their area, we have contacts throughout the globe. JJ and I have been in this industry a very long time. We've got friends and colleagues scattered in all four corners of the globe. And if you're needing a recommendation or help finding a professional, we can certainly help. So hit us up on the messaging platforms that you'd like to use.
So, hey, Gamble, this is our first episode of season 2.
Yeah.
And we are of the segment called the Gamble Ramble. And I know there's something that's been on your shoulders for a minute. And so go ahead on. Let's hear some of this legendary Gamble Ramble.
Gamble Ramble is something that JJ's tagged me with, and it's kind of stuck, and even family members are starting to say that to me as well. So at this time of year, members of a trade association receive their renewal invoices for a trade association called CEDIA. Customized have been members of CEDIA for a few years now and participated heavily within that organization. But this year, Customized have decided not to renew our membership. We've decided not to renew because we feel that trade association is not representative of my business anymore. My business pivoted from a traditional custom installation business to a smart home IoT installation business. So we deal primarily with Nest and Google, Amazon devices, Sonos, Lutron, Logitech. And you can learn more about Customized on our website, but that type of business is totally underrepresented by that trade organization. They may have talks about it at their shows. They may have these people at their trade show, but ultimately the trade organization is not showcasing the members that are doing these kinds of installations. And it's got to a point where I don't feel I fit in with that trade organization. My business is not fitting in with that. It may fit in with it in the future, and we will review it. But this year, Customized are taking the decision not to renew our membership because of the lack of representation. They are fantastic at showcasing the luxurious homes, the high-end homes, the biggest price tagged installations out there. They have no interest at the moment in showcasing the businesses doing some of the things that we're up to. 1-hour mesh Wi-Fi systems, half-day home cinemas with out-of-the-box speakers like from Sonos or Denon, they are showing a slice, just a tiny slice of what's actually going into people's homes. They're showing the luxury homes, and they're not showcasing and highlighting the services available to every home. So that's the Gamble Ramble CDA from the roster this year.
You know, I'm going to put my 2 cents in. You know, I've been a member of CEDIA for quite some time, and I have really enjoyed my membership. It hasn't, and what it has, CEDIA really hasn't embraced me as an installer, but I've embraced CEDIA. I've also embraced the membership. Without the membership, I honestly, I wouldn't have met nowhere near as many of the other people, you know, that I associate with if it wasn't for CEDIA. There were some times that I was struggling as a business owner, and CEDIA created the CEDIA groups, and it was so impactful for me as a business owner. For a while, I felt like I was an island and on my own, and so I found a great benefit in that part of the organization. Something else that I'm involved with this year, and I'm quite honored, is I'm assisting the board with the Workforce Development Working Group. And the idea is to bring other people into the smart home or into the technology market, because technology is so needed for deployment. Helping homeowners or helping commercial properties or helping farmers, you know, with their technology needs is quite lacking with professional skills. And so we're creating, you know, of course, more training material, you know, as well as going to job corps to bring in fresh people into our industry. And so I'm going to hang in there one more year. I'm going to see what 2019 does for us, and hopefully I can be a part of really spreading the word that, hey, there is an industry that is greatly underserved, and if you enjoy doing technology, there's something that you can do for a living and make a really good living doing it as well. And so I'm going to give it one more shot.
Well, I'm just going to slip a little bit more in there. So I think what CEDIA do inside the industry, B2B, member to member, I think they do some fantastic initiatives, and they have some great structure to what they do for their members. What I just feel they're lacking at the time when it should be, it's crucial that the consumer is being made aware today, right now, this year, when thousands of devices are available at a click of a mouse or a tap of a touch screen. They can have smart home products delivered into their home. That CEDIA are not showing that there is a whole industry of professionals ready to support them and help them with pricing that's not going to blow budgets, with services that are not going to take weeks and months. You don't have to be building a big palace. You don't have to be refurbishing your whole house. They need to be making consumers aware that there's an army of installation pros out there ready to help them, and they're not doing it.
Not yet. Not yet. We'll see. We'll see. Hey, Gamble. So that was the Gamble Ramble. That was a little bit of CanonFire that we had in there. And that was a pretty good start for season 2, episode 1. Now we have something really special. I mean, super duper special for our episode 2 that's coming up.
This is something that's come out of the woodwork in the last few days, but it's an opportunity that we're going to move on really quick, and we're just penciling in this interview that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be meeting up with an Oscar-winning sound producer, a BAFTA-winning sound producer. The Oscar came for the soundtrack to the film Gravity. This person also worked on the soundtrack to Slumdog Millionaire. And we're going to be talking to this person, along with his installation professional, his home tech pro that he works with in his home. And we're going to discover that this person, who's also been a part of the group that pioneered Dolby Atmos and worked on setting up that standard and worked with Dolby on that. We're going to find out what he's got in his house and why he uses a home technology professional to get things running smoothly for him.
Yeah, Gamble. So I greatly appreciate, our Ramble force that we have created over this past year, and the excitement that has been building, in the Ramble force. And this is one of the things that has percolated to the top from the Ramble force. And so next episode is going to be incredible, and I can't wait. I've never spoken to an Oscar winner, so this is really going to be an honor. And what's even cooler is that his specialty is cinema audio production. And I know in our industry that's key, that's crucial, that's something they talk about all the time is the quality of the audio, the quality of the video. So I'm super excited to have this gentleman on our show next week.
So next week, a box office episode of the Digital Ramble.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, I'm JJ Canon, CEO of Digital Delight, and I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in and watching or listening to us.
And I've been Kris Gamble from Customized, a UK-based smart home business. If you want to discover more about the Digital Ramble, best place to find us is on social media. Look for @the Digital Ramble on Facebook. Look for digital_ramble on Twitter and digital_ramble on Instagram. If you want to tag us in any of your posts and comment on any of our posts, we'll return the favors. We'll post you in our story. We'll give you a shout out. And if you want to support the show in any way, please go and look for the Digital Ramble on Patreon, and you can sponsor the show for as little as $1 a month. And for that, you will get a little bit of love back from JJ and I.